Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Tottenham Hotspur have just beaten Wolfsberger 4-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Europa League, round of 32, second leg. We have won the tie 8-1 on aggregate. I've got Spurs fan Craig with me. Craig, what did you make of tonight's performance?
Yeah, great to get a win, to be honest. Good performance, got the job done, very professional. Let's face it, I never for one second thought we was going to go out tonight. So yeah, a good professional performance.
It feels good though, Craig, doesn't it? I know a lot of people will say, and I've said on other videos, a lot of people will say, yeah, but this is the lowest ranked side in the Europa League at the moment. But we needed a really good performance tonight. We needed some performances, like individual performances from the likes of Dele Alli as well. And we just needed that lift.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the winning mentality, isn't it? It doesn't matter who's on the pitch; the club's winning. And that was the most important thing tonight. I think had it been like had we nicked a 1-0 win tonight and it had been really tight, that would have been a different case. It was great to see us attacking, going forward. I think we was always going to have more of the ball than them anyway. But I'd say we blew them away in the end. And yeah, you could say they were the lowest ranked team, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and a million other cliches like that. But it was great to get a win, bottom line, wasn't it?
It really was, Craig. And I tell you what, when I saw Dele Alli in the starting 11, Dele Alli for me is a player that it just has to work. I want it to work out for him. And I'm so glad that Jose Mourinho has brought Dele Alli back into the fold. And tonight, it was absolutely brilliant. Talk us through his goal. That first goal, what a fantastic finish.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And, it's a Dele Alli of old, isn't it? And it really reminded me of the goal he scored against Palace, to be honest. That level of skill. It was just fantastic, to adjust his body and do the overhead kick. Absolutely brilliant for Dele. So pleased for him. And I honestly think, and I hope, Jose puts him in the starting 11 on Sunday.
Everyone's saying this at the moment. Do you think that Jose Mourinho will put Dele Alli and perhaps Gareth Bale in the starting 11 against Burnley?
Well, Bale's another thing. And as you all know, I've never been one of these to say that Gareth Bale's finished. I've always had faith in him, to be honest. And he's really, he's still only 3 games, really, since his renaissance, if you like. But I've always had faith in him and knew the player he was and still is. And he showed it tonight, came on, brilliant goal. Is he going to start? I think Bale's going to start Sunday 100%. I think he's going to start with Kane, Sonny and Bale. Whether he plays Dele, I don't know. I would love to see, as Crouchy said on BT Sport, I'd love to see Dele behind those 3, or Dele, Bale and Sonny behind Kane, if you like. And then Tanguy with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg behind him. I just think that would be great to see that attacking threat. And I think, with wins breeds confidence, and I think we could really have a good chance of knocking in a few against Burnley now, bearing in mind the result tonight and the confidence that will bring, I think.
Isn't it nice though, Craig, the fact that Harry Kane, Heung-min Son not involved, but yet players like Dele Alli and Gareth Bale are stepping up? That is what it should be like. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And do you know what? I see glimpses tonight of Dane Scarlett. I hadn't really seen much or knew much about him at all, apart from seeing him in the Europa. He's hungry. He's going to be a player. And I know he's, 16? I tell you what, we've got a player on our hands there. I think that kid's got a bright future if he gets his head down and really tries. But, yeah, it's great to see Alli and Bale stepping up and certainly Bale being the senior pro. But, Ali's been around, I know he's only 24, but he's been at the club long enough. He knows what it's all about. And to see him stepping up, took the game by the scruff of the neck in that first half. He was the player of the match. I don't know if he got man of the match. I hope he did. I didn't see that. But he was certainly my man of the match, and probably a lot of fans' man of the match, especially in that first half. I thought he was brilliant.
Craig, you mentioned Dane Scarlett there. Can you imagine being 16 years old, playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Your manager is Jose Mourinho, and to your left or your right is Gareth Bale. It must be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, God, can you imagine? I mean, what was he would have been 7 or 8 when Bale's really started to come into fruition at Tottenham, and he would have probably had a picture or poster of him on the wall. You might still have, I don't know, but looking around, seeing the world-class players he's playing with, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's got a good team around him, and the team at Spurs are great. I really hope they tutor him and keep him grounded, because as I say, I really do think he's got, of all the academy kids I've seen, I think he's got a really bright future, that lad.
When you read and see all of the reports from the under-18s and now even the under-23s, are getting involved in the under-23s at just 16 years old, but to come into the first team, tonight as well, coming on for the last 10 minutes and then getting an assist for Carlos Vinicius, it's incredible start to his career at Tottenham.
Oh, absolutely, and again, Crouchy hinted at it. The way he snuck up almost on the defender and nicked the ball off him, and I'm a bit gutted that Vinicius almost got in the way, because I guarantee Vinicius would have shouted for it. But yeah, you could see he was just like winding up to whack that, and obviously got out of the way and Vinicius scored. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen him far winning, because I think that one of the home games he played in, he nearly scored in that game, didn't he? Somebody else scored. I can't remember who it was. But again, I think we've got a diamond on our hands there, and I really hope that over the next couple of years he still, keeps getting more minutes, and hopefully eventually gets into that Premier League. Give him 5-10 minutes here and there and see what he can do.
Craig, I don't want to get carried away, but no defensive mistakes tonight either.
Yeah, let's not get carried away.
We've got to talk about that, because, of course, week in, week out, we're so frustrated at our defence making so many mistakes. And I know this was a Europa League game, and as I said earlier on in the video, lowest ranked side, but it just makes a change. A clean sheet and no defensive mistakes tonight. It must be said.
Yeah, and yeah, that's just as important as scoring goals, isn't it? We all know that. If you ask me, I was thinking about after our last chat what our strongest sort of back four would be. Personally, it'd be Reguilon on the left. I'd have to go with Aurier at right back. And then the centre-backs is what we've spoken about time and time again, and I'm sure every other Spurs fan has. Who would you put in out of the current crop of defenders as our best centre-backs? Toby, for me, is still our best defender. It's who you put alongside him. Dyer played well tonight, but as you say, he wasn't up against top-class strikers. He's going to have, if he plays Sunday, he's going to be up against Chris Wood. And I can't remember the other striker's name that plays with him. My mind's gone blank. But they're good in the air, the pair of them, aren't they? They're big, they're strong. Who'd you play with? I would probably go with Dyer and Alderweireld on Sunday. Purely because, they're going to get a bit of confidence from tonight. So let's hope we can take that into the weekend.
Craig, talking about the weekend game, of course, we're in dreadful form in the Premier League. Lost 5 out of our last 6. We desperately need a win. Regardless of how we get this win on Sunday, it is a must-win, isn't it? It is a huge, huge game for Jose Mourinho and Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Yeah, it is. And to be honest, I expect us to get 9 points from the next 3 games. To be honest, I think that's almost a must, to get 9 points out of the next 3 games, starting with Burnley on Sunday. There's not much else I can say. We've got to start winning again, and regularly winning. Let's build up a bit of head of steam and win some games on the trot, because it's been few and far between lately. See, Craig, even after a win tonight against Wolfsberger, as we said again, the lowest ranked side in the Europa League, it's put confidence into all of us, seeing the likes of Dele Alli, Gareth Bale, their performances tonight, the goals as well. But, it's all about confidence, isn't it? And confidence must be very high going into that Burnley game now and getting the 3 points, because, as I keep saying, it is an absolute must. Do you see us getting that win?
Yeah, I do. And I would hope we would play on the front foot again and not sit back, because I think it's proved over the last, all right, we lost at West Ham, but that second half when we were pressing higher, we looked such a threat going forward. Didn't quite work out in the end, didn't quite get there, did we? But I've always been a great advocate and believer that you've got to attack teams and like Poch used to do, win the ball higher up the pitch. And it was so nice tonight to watch us have the ball, because so many games earlier in the season, it was so frustrating. Yeah, we were picking up some wins, but the standard of football was crap. You don't mind it as much when you're picking up wins, but when you're playing that football and you're not, and you're chasing the ball around, you can only imagine what the likes of Harry Kane and Heung-min Son would have been thinking back then. I mean, you're running around for 70% of the game and you haven't got the ball. It's incredibly frustrating. So I really want to see us on the front foot, attacking like we have been the last 3 games, and let's go for it.
Craig, give me a score prediction for Burnley on Sunday.
2-0 Tottenham.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree.
Good. That was the first we've agreed, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, let's hope that Tottenham can get back to winning ways in the Premier League. Craig, thank you very much, and it's nice to talk to you when we've both got a smile on our face of Tottenham winning at last. Craig, thank you very much, and come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs. Cheers, Chris.